So trifecta, right? Triple crown. That's probably. But this organization is where I learned that, right? I learned to be our best, and so I appreciate that. And so I'm going to stumble through this a little bit because it's a little emotional for me, but I appreciate everybody here, and I appreciate this recognition. But things that I want to capture first was, I learned a servant heart, and I learned to give our best for my parents. Watching my mom, my dad give every moment to us as kids growing up, but also to others. My dad was a paid call firefighter when I was a runt, and I got to experience and watch him. We were going somewhere to do what he wanted to do, and his pager would go off, and we would jump in the truck, and he would take me and hand me off to one of the chiefs so he could get on the truck or do whatever it needed to be done. So I learned that from them, and I appreciate that very much. I'm not gonna... I won't go into my infantry and armor stuff too much, but I learned how to take care of soldiers there. It's a rare form as a medic when you go out with infantry soldiers and they're reliant on you to take care of them. Not just if they're shot or hurt, but they have the sniffles because these guys are 18-year-olds who just left mom. And so, you have to teach them how to change their socks. They can't wear it for 3 days straight. Something weird grows. So I learned, that soldiers mattered at all levels, no matter what we did. And then when I was in the armor battalion, I learned as the senior medic for a company that maneuvering through that battlefield right next to an M1 tank in this nice compressed aluminum 113, it was going to be okay because I had a Red Cross. He has this weird shield around us, right? And then I had my deployments, and I learned that it was, two things they said, the bus driver thing. So it stuck to me when they were saying it, and so I will tell you that day, those two guys in the front waited for me to get back on the aircraft. My crew chief Simon pulled me into the aircraft, and then Captain Holt and CO3 McGowan, Jerry McGowan, figured out how to take an aircraft that had shrapnel through the broom closet on the left side. And it had 3 out of the 4 main rotor blades were truly damaged, but they decided, no, we're going to take off. We're going to get you to the hospital. Bus or not, it's a team effort, right? No matter who, where, what position you sit in, it's a team effort. And so kind of leading into that discussion is leaderships, right? My leaders. So I had, Colonel Mitchell. I had, Colonel Howard, Bill Howard, for those who know it, Bulldog. He took care of me. Colonel Carnazza, Vinny Carnazza, who can never, miss, Vinny, and I've talked to him. And then others, have mentored me. John Remicchio, CJ Inglis from that MECD, as a civilian. He's taught me how to be a civilian because I don't know about any of you, when we leave the military and become a civilian, it is a completely different world. You have to speak a different way. But, and then as a friends, and other leaders, Colonel Fricks, Colonel Jones, Captain Evans, Mike Bishop, Mike Pouncey, all the guys here, but also those who aren't with us that have been my friends through the careers and mentors to my career. And the point of that is that it took a team. And so I'm standing in front of you and you're honoring me, but you're honoring all those people too, because I can't get anywhere in my life or career without family, friends, and team, and mentors. And really that's what Dustoff is, right? It's not just that we suck it up and go into those bad places where bad things are happening, but we know we can look left and right, and we have teams of people that are going to be there for us no matter what. And so that's the greatness of this organization and the future of the organization is those people taking care of each other and watching after each other no matter what. And the ability that we are probably the most sarcastic individuals to each other than any, right? But that's out of love because we love each other no matter where it goes. I'm almost done, I promise. And so my new career is I call it a good idea fairy. So my job now, thank you, I get paid to be a good idea fairy, and I look at future concepts and capabilities. My boss and my team, I got to be taken on leave this week because I'm being honored. Thank you very much, because they endured a limited objective experiment all week long. And Captain Evans, the trooper that she is, she ran that. But why do they do it? Because of the future. We talk about, we can learn from the past, but we have to look towards the future. And the future, in George's eyes, right, is going to be this room 3 times the size. But it won't be just aviators, because in the next fight, the ground guys are going to be the heroes. Those guys are going to do those crazy things that we talk about, those other that we've done, in the future. We're going to ask them to get into those weird built vehicles with an E3 driving it, and next to those combat vehicles, and move guys miles and hundreds of miles by themselves in austere environments. We're preparing for that. And I look forward to those experiences as where I am today, and share those experiences with everybody else. But the ground evac guys, I see part of Dustoff in the future, just a different way, right? And that's just George's thought. I'm always that weird, crazy guys. Trust me. In the end, it's family. And the most part is my family. So. You don't go through the experiences that you have, and we all know this, without having some emotional scars, some things we have to deal with. And, my rock, the person who beats me over the head, is my wife, Belinda. She is. What you don't hear is I deployed between 2002 to 2005, but during that time, my wife decided that she wanted to foster kids and adopt kids, and so, no kidding, Colonel Lamro hands me the phone while we're at Udari, right? The night before we go across the border. I'm like, what happened? Your wife's on the phone. She's figured out how to call me in Udari the night before we go into Iraq in 2003 to go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and start fostering 3 girls. Is that okay? I'm not going to be there for a year. Sure, go ahead. But she took care of our 2 boys, those 3 girls, and then we ended up adopting those girls. But that was her. And then she had to deal with me when I got back, and all the scars and all that stuff. So, then she taught the kids how to deal with me after I got back. But it's a family, right? And my kids love me, and I love them, and I couldn't have been and done anything without them. And I truly want to keep on doing things for them and for everybody in this room. So again, thank you so much for this honor. I appreciate it very much, and dust off.